Hi friends, what up? It's been a fat minute since I've done anything, but for the first time in like literally forever, I don't have fucking school or anything pressing at the moment. I mean, usually, I don't know what I'm doing. Usually I have like assignments coming up, and that's why I suck at filming and, you know, having to put my dreams of becoming a YouTuber on hold. You guys can't see my face, but that was definitely sarcasm. Cool beans. I'm currently borrowing a Switch from a friend, and I don't know. I like don't know what to do with my life when school is out. So I was like, let me borrow your Switch and let me see if I can play like All-Star mode or some shit. Mode. They used to call it All-Star mode back in the Melee days, which is why I call it that. Oh, that's my high score as Roy. It's not very good. I'm not very good at this mode. I don't know why. This, when I play it, something doesn't click. Let's see. Let's do this shit. Other than school, I really haven't been up to anything. I saw the worst movie in my entire life, actually. Thor Love and Thunder, or whatever the fuck it's called. The worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. So fucking bad. It was like, it felt like a Disney movie, which would have been fine. But it was a Disney movie that was rated PG-13, so it was just a Disney movie where everyone said shit like every 5 seconds, and I was like, what's the target demographic? Like, it felt like they were trying so hard to appeal to kids, which, go off, do that, Disney, that's your prerogative, that's your main target. But they kept, like, trying to make it adult with some adult themes and things, and it could have been executed okay. Like I said, if they had focused on the kids and kept it clean and blah 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 and made it like a traditional Disney movie, it would have been fine. Well, not fine. I mean, I probably still wouldn't have enjoyed it, but I would have understood why I didn't enjoy it. But here, it's like they had no clue what their fucking vision was, you know? And it was just so bad. Like, ugh, because I mean, Thor Ragnarok is probably one of my favorite, no, it is definitely my favorite Marvel movie. Best movie of the entire franchise, and since then, it's kind of gone down, and I don't necessarily feel comfortable faulting Disney with all of, like, their lack of success, but also I kind of want to, because as, I guess, unfair as it is, the movie franchise has changed in conjunction with Disney buying Marvel, which is fine, but I don't know, like, who's to say that the trajectory of the series would have gone awry even without Disney purchasing them, or I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just dumb. And again, if they had picked a theme and had a coherent vision, I would have been fine with it. Because you know what? If you're gonna go kids movie, go full on kids movie. I actually do enjoy some kids movie. Like, I literally watched Encanto with my coworker last night while we were painting. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, so I literally watched Encanto with my coworker last night, and it was freaking great. That's a great-ass movie. It is a kid's film. Like, but that's also another thing, is if you're going to make it a kid's film, like, you can add some adult elements that makes it enjoyable for many audiences. It's like, I feel like they were trying to pander to kids, but it wasn't pandering to kids because of the language and, like, different aspects that were just randomly scary, like gore or whatever his name was. Like, I don't know. I felt like as a 21-year-old woman, I had to try and relate to 8-year-olds, and that wasn't it. But, like, in movies like Encanto, it's like, oh, let's see this. Dope. Anyways, but like in movies like Encanto, like you have themes that people of my age can relate to, even though it's happening to a younger like character, main character or whatever, you know? So like in Encanto, it's like everyone has like family struggles and like things of not being enough, and it's like that movie panders to kids in like, you know, the bright colors, the superpowers, the magic aspects, and I'm sure some kids can relate to like some of the even like darker themes, like her not being enough and then them casting out Bruno and stuff like that. But it had a clear vision where it was a kids movie centered around family and familial issues, and because of that it had an all-encompassing theme for really anyone to enjoy. And Thor, I feel like it just said, we're an adult film series, so we're going to continue with PG-13, keep up the language, and then have some horror aspects and some like darker themes with like, you know, people dying and blah blah blah, and like actual scary looking monsters. But also we're going to make like terrible jokes and like be really cringy. Like, oh my god, I love Natalie Portman so much, but her in this movie just was not it. Oh my god, I think I just heard my cat knock something over.
I could cut G.
There we go. There we go. That's how it's done, boys. Anyways, yeah, Natalie Portman was so cringy. Also, Valkyrie, justice for Valkyrie. That was horrible. Like, she was so strong, so badass, so cool, and she was just comedic relief for a movie that already wasn't taking itself seriously enough. You know? Like, I don't know. Like, Tessa Thompson deserves so much better. Like, I just feel so bad.
Suicide is badass.
Oh, good. I was trying to collect my thoughts, but I was also trying not to die, and I did neither. Story of my life. 2 goals in mind, reaching neither. But, like I said, Tessa Thompson deserves so much better. Like, her character, they built her up, she was so strong, king and everything, and then they just kind of made her comedic relief. And, like, don't get me wrong, obviously Thor's gonna be the main character, but, like, she's so much stronger than what they showcased, and it made me so upset because it was just dumb. And they just didn't put respect on her name, bro. And, I don't know, I also hated, oh my god, I'm totally gonna spoil this movie, but, like, I say spoil loosely because this movie spoiled itself by existing. Anyways, but at the end, like, the ending didn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, did that not hit? That's
Stupid.
Anyways. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Okay, well, I counted 1. Anyways, so the ending... Alright, so here's a little summary of the movie. So the beginning starts with this man, and he's in the desert with his daughter, and they need like water, and you know, they're all very sick, and he's like running out of energy, and he's trying to protect her, and then eventually through the journey, they don't really show it, they show like a time lapse, like she dies, and they like allude to it because they don't show her dying, but they just kind of show like him with a makeshift grave. Anyways, and so then he goes and keeps walking through the desert, and he finds this oasis, and he's like, oh my god, I'm saved, blah blah blah. And he meets, that was such a terrible round. Holy shit, that was so bad. Oh my god, that was literally so bad. I can't talk and do this at once. Okay, anyways, so he sees the god that he prays to, and he's like a dick, and they're like making like a commentary kind of like on how like the gods didn't do anything for their followers, and they were just doing it for the sake of, you know, I don't know, if they're being bored or whatever. And anyways, it's just like, so as he's asking like his god to like help him or whatever, and like, you know, he's like being made fun of by someone he like literally has prayed to for all this time. He's like, I don't give a shit about your daughter or you, like, I'm glad you're dying, or something cruel and heartless like that. Which again, that's a very, very big theme for a kid's movie, you know? I don't know. Anyways, and so then after like they're arguing and he's like almost getting killed by the god, there's this weapon called like, I think it's called like God Slayer, God Killer, or something like that, unless that's the one that they called from Wonder Woman, and it's this sword that can kill gods, and it chooses him in a moment of panic and is like, you need to take him out, and it like basically curses him and is like, you will now spend the rest of your days like hunting down gods and trying to get justice or whatever, which I'm like, that's also a very big theme. So this movie started out kind of good in my book because I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is very, very cool. We're going somewhere. Anyways, so the sword chooses him and it teleports in his hand and he slays his god and is just like, all right. And he's now trying to make like a mission to like take out all gods for revenge because of basically the humiliation and losing his daughter. And I don't know, it's not really, I don't remember if it's explained why or how, but he just starts going after like all gods and he's trying to look for something to like eradicate all of them. And somehow he stumbles upon Thor and sees him and like unleashes his monsters at him and blah blah blah. And Thor, you know, is fighting them off because he's kind of badass as fuck. Anyways, and then he steals like kids from the village, from Asgard. And he's like, aha, I'm gonna hit you where it hurts, because, I mean, obviously he's speaking from prior experience, because he had to deal with that. Anyways, and so they fight, whatever, blah, 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 and steals the kids, and then, you know, they have to try and find the kids, but Thor wants to build an army because he's very dangerous, so he goes to, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like palace where all the gods are. And it's stupid because there we meet Zeus, who is absolutely positively like the embodiment of the worst part of Zeus, except for he's weak, which is stupid. Like, that's the whole thing, is like Zeus was like seen as like lazy, dumb, heartless, cruel, but he was powerful, which is what made him Zeus. And then it's just like he fights. I mean, the highlight of this movie happens in the scene where Thor gets disrobed and you see Chris Hemsworth's butt. And I don't know. I am a very, very huge Chris Hemsworth fan. But I don't know that that's rescued this movie for me, you know? Okay, so yeah, Zeus is weak, and like in a battle of like Thor, Valkyrie, and Natalie Portman, I don't remember her fucking name, they fight him, and literally like one hit and he's like down for the count, and it's like stupid. I was like, what, how are we going to like what, like literally how are we going to do that? Anyways, whatever. So Zeus denies them help, they fight him, blah blah blah, everything, they steal his lightning bolt, and then they go to try and take on Gore themselves. Valkyrie gets like really injured, so does Jane. Also, she has like cancer this entire time, and she keeps using, I don't know the name of the hammer off the top of my head, I can spell it but I can't say it. Anyways, she tries, like she's using this hammer and she has like Thor powers because she wants to fight off her cancer or whatever, which I'm like, ma'am? There was no need for Natalie Portman's character, and I love Natalie Portman to death. I think she's fantastic and a great actress, but I just don't understand why, like, no one needed closure from that. That's all I'm gonna say. Is no one needed closure from that. And she has cancer, blah, blah, blah. She uses the hammer because she feels better when she does, but also like it's preventing her body from fighting it off. So every time she uses it, she's actively like hurting herself, and you know, whatever. Anyway, so Thor has to go into the last battle against Gore when they rematch him by himself because Valkyrie's really injured, and you know, Natalie Portman's like literally dying in a hospital because of the cancer. Anyways, and so he's like lets her know that he goes, and I mean, it was a kind of cute moment. I was like, okay, there you go. And so he shows up to where Gore is, and so where Gore is, I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this movie, also because I don't give a shit about it. It's so bad, it makes me want to die. Anyways, so Gore is going to this place called Eternity, where he can like, it's like the first person who unlocks it can make a wish, and he's gonna like wish for all gods to not exist because, you know, why would he wish for something normal? And the key to unlocking it is Thor's axe, Stormbreaker, which I'm like, okay, odd. It would have made more sense if it was his OG hammer, but I don't make the rules clearly. Anyways, and so in the last battle, Gore manages to get his hands on it, and so he's going there to open this gate or whatever to make his wish. And so Thor gets there, and all the kids are like just out huddled around. They're kind of powerless or whatever. And then this is where like the real tomfoolery occurs. So Thor is just like, he's like getting ready to battle, and then the kids are like, can we help, like blah blah blah, and for no fucking reason Thor's just like, you can help, you're Asgardians, and he just gives them powers, all of them. So it's just this weird montage of children like fighting, but it's not like cool, like I don't know, like cool like Spy Kids level, like oh they look like they know what they're doing with like correct stunt doubles. It's like cringy, like one kid is like holding a bear out in front of her, and the bear is like shooting lasers out of its eyes, and it's so cringy and stupid, and it's like the grossest last battle scene I've ever seen. Like it literally looks like something out of Nicktoons Unite. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that video game. That was one on GameCube, and yeah, it was really cringy. It was with like fucking Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom. Oh my god. Anyways, it was just so cringy and not like, I don't know, it just felt forced. And it's like, okay, so we started off with like the theme that like gods aren't actually there for their followers and they're selfish beings inherently and blah blah blah. The first person we see wants to kill them, and like we set up this really interesting villain arc because he lost his daughter. Then all of a sudden, we are watching children fight. Like, and they have powers for no reason other than why wouldn't they? And, oh my god. So then, you know, Thor's like kind of getting his butt kicked a little bit, and wouldn't you know it, Natalie Portman swoops in to save the day. Oh my god, I cannot talk and do this at the same time. My score's gonna be so bad. Oh, I missed. Anyways, come here, bitch. Anyways, so Natalie Portman swoops in to save the day, and, you know, obviously, like, her body cannot handle what she's putting it through anymore, and it's just getting bad, and so they win the fight, but Gore still manages to open Eternity first, so he's granted a wish. Logically, what should happen next? Logically, I came up with two hypotheses while they were making, you know, drawing out the last final moments. Natalie Portman is like dying, literally dying, and Thor is like there with her and like, you know, comforting her because, you know, he loves her or whatever. And so I'm like, logically, the next thing he's going to do is Gore is either going to A, wish for all gods to not exist, and then we're going to have a great setup for another movie. And it doesn't matter that this movie was trash because we have a fantastic theme for the next one, right? Right. which I know people are probably going to be like, the comics and the... I don't give a shit. I don't read the comics, I don't really know much about it, but if this was what was written in the comics, Jesus Christ, so bad. Anyways, so logically, he's either gonna continue and have his wish of, you know, God's not existing or whatever, and we have a fantastic setup for another movie. Or he's going to, because in this time, he's like having a change of heart, and Thor's like giving him like some like weird lecture about love, and I'm like, okay, so they're also setting this up for the possibility that he's gonna have that change of heart and wish for Natalie Portman to survive, because she's literally dying in Thor's arms, and he's like telling Gore, he's like talking about love and like that, how that's all he was seeking, which is a little bit cringy, a little bit kid movie-ish, but you know, it's a Disney film, what can you expect? So I was like, okay, two viable options. Neither were true. You know what they did? Gore wished for his daughter to come back while he's dying, meaning that she was going to come back and be alive while her dad was dead. Absolutely bonkers. What in the fuck? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So he wishes for his daughter, and she, like, hugs him, and then he dies. And then Natalie Portman dies. And then it's just like, oh, there's, like, a statue of her, and then fucking Thor starts taking care of his daughter for, like, no fucking reason other than, like, why else? What else is he gonna do with his life? And she wields Stormbreaker, and it's just so stupid, and I just can't. It's so cringy, because I'm like, you had such an amazing foundation where you could talk about themes, about gods, and talking about those dark themes of, like, revenge, and somehow incorporate love, because I know it's Love and Thunder or whatever, and you have to have some of that weird, cringy shit. But it's like the kids being the focal point, but then them saying shit every other word, and then like big themes like cancer and like gods being inherently selfish, and then they also nerfed the fuck out of Zeus. Like, what? I don't know what. I have no fucking clue. I just don't. And it was just so bad. And then the like ending scene, it was funny because I went with my friends, and the ending scene was like Zeus, and he's like being like coddled by like his, I don't know, his like bitches. And I was like, if Zeus is the main villain next time, I won't have like respect for him. Like, I won't take him seriously, because he's like, I don't know, he's just stupid, and he was memey. That's what he was. He was memey, and he was like just this fat dude who would like show off his lightning, but then Thor took him down with one hit. And it shows him, and he's being coddled, and then he's like, oh, Hercules. And he's like talking to Hercules, and like apparently Hercules is going to be the main villain of the next one, but also Hercules looked kind of dinky, I won't even lie. Hercules looked kind of dinky. I'm like, Disney, you've done this before. You've done a good Hercules movie, and you made him look correct, and the casting, not it. No. Man's looked like he could have played Luigi in a live-action Mario Bros. Film. Anyways, and it was just dumb, and it was stupid, and I hated it, and I think that's the worst movie I've ever fucking seen. And yeah, like, there were moments of like okayness. I wouldn't say brilliance. Usually I would say brilliance, because sometimes movies have really good things, but like, all the battle scenes, I just had like zero chills. It was, I don't know, it just felt weird. And I love Natalie Portman, but her character just made me want to die. Like, I don't recall her being that annoying in the other films, which I have. It's been a while since I've seen them, but I'm also like, come on now. Yeah. It was funny because my mom saw it, and she was like, yeah, we saw it. It was bad, but you get to see Chris Hemsworth's butt. And I was like, okay, my mom isn't usually a fan of Marvel movies. So I was like, you know what? She probably, I take her word with a grain of salt. And I was like, but you get to see Chris Hemsworth's butt, so it can't be a total loss, right? Wrong. She was on the money. It's because the only Marvel movie she really enjoyed was Iron Man, and that's because Robert Downey Jr. is a fantastic actor, perfect for the role of Iron Man, and whatever. But yeah, that movie was trash, like literally awful, garbage, doo-doo. I like Top Gun more, and I never seen the other one. Starring what's his face, and he's a Scientologist, and I hate Scientologists. Come on. I hate that he doesn't get stunned when I do my side B. No, 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 no. Come on. And a 1, a 2, a skiddly diddly do. Oh, what? Okay, I was about to say, this bitch didn't die? Okay. Yeah. So, bad movie. Terrible, doo-doo. I think we're at the point where all of the Marvels, like the Marvel movies and spin-offs from this gen need to be retired. Because fucking, oh my god. Doctor Strange was also bad. I mean, it was better. There were moments of brilliance. There were definitely moments of brilliance. I did enjoy it, but it's like the writer didn't like watch WandaVision and it was just stupid. And also like her reasoning for going schizo was also dumb because she was like, I am a mother, and I was like, yes, you're also a witch. Conjure you up some kids. Have sex with a man. It's literally not that hard. You don't have to like break worlds to try and get those two specific children, because I guarantee you, if you have sex with a man and you get pregnant, you will definitely have kids, and they will probably be about the same. And it was just so dumb, and I just didn't like that. I also didn't like, America Chavez, she was okay in general, but I didn't like how her being powerful was like basically, oh my god, how did I do worse? What the fuck? Well, I actually kind of do know, because I was ranting about this movie and I literally cannot focus. Anyways, but it's like America Chavez, like, she has this fantastic power and she doesn't know how to harness it the entire movie. But it isn't until fucking Doctor Strange says you just have to believe that she can actually use it properly and not her own will. Like, I'm sorry, but what in the actual fuck? That is the most cliche shit I've ever heard of. And whatever. And I love, I don't remember her name. She plays Regina George. But she was also cringy. I don't know what it is with making these great female actresses so cringy. Like, she was pretty cringy. And, yeah. But I did like the horror aspects. And I liked the different dimensions. Like, oh my goodness, when they were changing realities. And they were like the paint one and like different mediums, like that shit was so cool. That was cool. I love the graphics. I hated the music fight. I don't know why. I think it's because I used to be a musician. I just literally I just didn't like it. I thought it was dumb, and I think that's just me. It's just a personal preference. But like I said, there were some good moments. Like, I loved the horror aspects of, like, the jump scares of when Wanda was chasing them. I liked how they pretty much, like, for the most part, they kept on theme with the fact that it was an adult movie. Like, Wanda was going freaking crazy, and there was an appropriate amount of language, themes, and they also had, like the gruesome deaths of all of the, like, oh my god, Professor X, oh my god, his death was like wild. All of them were. And that was cool. But it was very clearly, I would watch it and I'd be like, this is not a kid's movie. But with Thor, I was like, this could be a kid's movie. It's like, it could be a kid's movie with, like, I don't know. It just, like, because I was thinking back, and I was like, okay, PG-13. What type of movies did I watch at PG, like, at the ripe age of 13? The other Avengers movies had bigger themes than that. And, it's what I was ready for. But this one, it just felt like 8-year-old sensual, and it was dumb. I don't know. Dumb. Yeah, I've had all of these feelings just like bottled up. Not really bottled up because I've definitely ranted about this movie before, but like, I don't know. I really hated it. I really fucking hated it. I feel bad. I don't like being negative. No, I do. I actually love being negative. Being negative is my favorite pastime. What the fuck? How do I keep doing so bad? Saggy. Bitch's name is fucking Saggy. Or is it Saggy? Oh my god, that's so bad. I am so burnt out. Oh god. I'm also happy I have time to like create things. Like I've been drawing again. I've been just playing video games and doing this. Like I love creating, and I whenever I'm in the midst of school, it's like I don't get the chance to create stuff like all the time. Like the most artistic thing that I created was like, I don't know, like a color coordinated drawing of the origin of non-hydrogen atoms from purine de novo synthesis. Like, okay, it's not even creating anything, it's just artsy because there's colors. Who should I be? I wish I could pick random. You know what? Journey to New Donk City? Holy shit. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. I don't know. I think I'm just sour because it's like if you look at the original like Avengers spinoff, like Iron Man, oh my god. Iron Man is such a good movie. Still holds up, still fantastic, great themes, great plot, great storyline, and guess what? Kids aren't a focal point. You know why? Because that wasn't their target audience. Because it was rated PG-13. Oh my god, I don't know why that bothers me so much. Probably because I hate kids. But still. So let me explain also just how busy I've been. So right now I'm actually living at my coworker's place, which I've been living at since July 31st, because my lease ended and my new lease doesn't start until the 14th, which it is currently the 12th. So soon I'll have my own place, but it's really funny because I'm just like at her apartment. I mean, she has an extra room with a TV in it, so that's what I'm on, but my setup is so ghetto. Oh, that was hot. That was really hot. Anyways, yeah, my setup is so ghetto. Like, I have my splitter, my friend switch is on the floor. I had to put a freaking extension cord on the bottom. And I have I have my splitter plugged into that, I have my switch plugged into that, and I have the TV plugged into that. And then all of it's like feeding up to my laptop because the TV is opposite of my bed instead of like being near the desk, so I can't just like sit on the desk in it because they're at the opposite corners. And I am actually laying in bed and I have my whiteboard and my mic balanced on it. So if the audio is shit, it's because I'm just like bad at talking into the mic because it's a balancing act. Come here, little bitches. I actually want to be better with Ness. I want to be one of those people that like you play online and you're just like, all Ness and Lucas mains are garbage humans, you know? That's what I want. Diddy Kong, are you even trying? God, see, this is why I kind of hate doing partner work, because it's like, I can't trust no one but me. There you go. I don't know if this is a common thing for people, but I get like really anxious when I submit an exam and I overthink everything. Oh, I missed. Anyways, doesn't matter. Still clap them cheeks. That was a really bad round. I don't know why. Whatever. Anyways, I get really anxious whenever I submit an exam and I just overthink everything. Only 0.4. Yeah, I would have only given me 0.42. Anyways, and I get super anxious and I spend the rest of the day just like overthinking all of my answers. And I was like, I walked out of that exam, I was not confident. I literally was like, I could have answered A for every single question and I would have gotten a better score than what I'm gonna get. And I was just like, this is so not good, this is literal garbage, like I hate everything. And I was just really mad because the final is worth like twice as much as a regular exam. And I was like, fuck, like, am I really, like, that screwed over because of this? Like, it was just so depressing, and I was like, I felt so bad, and I seriously thought I was gonna get like a 20. I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. Class average was a 54. I got a 77, and I kept a B in the class, and I was like, fuck yeah, hot girl shit. And yeah, it was great. But it was like funny because my professor, after he posted grades yesterday, he sent us this email, and it was like borderline art. He wrote it like a poem. It was pretty funny. Let me pull this shit up. It made me laugh. I was in the group meeting. I was like, yo, y'all see the fuck shit that Dr. Miles posted? Yes. Dr. Posey and I would like to thank you for a great semester. New paragraph. This course is now completed. New paragraph. The grade shown is your course grade. New paragraph. We were very generous with the grade cutoffs. No period. New paragraph. The course is over. All grades are final. New paragraph. Enjoy the last weeks of summer. No period. No sign off. No nothing. It was like raw. It was art. Honestly. It was honestly art. And yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was really funny. It tickled my funny bone. Also, before the final, I made a friend, and he graced me with probably the funniest sentence I've heard this year, which was, yo, goats be looking pretty hollow. And then I asked him for his stance on other animals, and he was like, camels are juicy. I thought that was funny, because I've never looked at an animal and been like, yo, that animal be looking pretty hollow. I don't know. It's just like such an original thought. There we go. That's how it's done, boys. I feel like that's the quickest I've done that, but I also feel like this is the worst I've done. Ooh, hi there. I love bitches who take out their catalytic converters. Literally, so cool. Look at you. Hate people. Oh my god. How do I keep doing so bad? I miss my brother's Switch because I want to play Animal Crossing. My friend was terraforming last night, and she was like, look, it's all coming together, and it just made me so jealous because I was like, fuck, I really would be so down to build some shit right now. I love my island. Oh my goodness. I need to create things, and like this game isn't really creating anything, but filming it is, so I'm kind of using this as an outlet. I got back into drawing, kind of. I drew a couple things last night. Felt nice. I don't know. I feel like I have a STEM brain, but like I still require like that creative release, which is weird because I feel like most of my peers, they're like all like not anti-art, but it's like stuff like that doesn't necessarily interest them or whatnot. Like usually it's like, I don't know. It's like their outlet is like partying or drinking or like just literally sleeping, honestly, is probably most common because, yeah, I don't know. And for me, it's like I could have like 4 straight days of rest and like feel physically fine, but emotionally, like if I haven't created something or like been like, I don't know, artistic or whatever, I don't be feeling rested. I don't know, it's kind of wild. I'm so excited to move into my new place because I want to decorate it. Ugh, so excited for all of that. Also, my roommate and I, we went to visit and we got our room placements and we just went to see like what floor and what building ours was. And the hallway is so gross. So today we're literally going to the store to get one of them fat brush brooms and like a bucket and soap so we can like scrape this concrete hallway because it looks so gross. Which I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bad omen, but also like that's what the hallways look like at the place I'm currently living at. So like I know it's not their fault, but I'm just like, personally, I wouldn't stand for that. I wouldn't let it slide. Personally, I wouldn't. But other people might. But it's my hallway. My hallway's gonna be cute. That's about it. I am so sorry that you can probably hear my vigorous button mashing. These controllers are knockoffs, so the buttons kind of stick a little bit more. Congratulations, banana boy. Alright, let's do some reps with some CPUs because regular mode is making me sad. It's funny, whenever we train and he's just like not being good, I use this rule set where there's a time limit, there's no stocks, and there's items, like hella items, and he still loses. But I always try to, holy shit, I'm tired as fuck. Oh my god. I always try to like make it go in the, like get my kills in the double digits. I've yet to do it, but I've been at 9, and he just runs from me. It's so annoying. But we're gonna use sus. Sus is the correct rule set. You know what? I'm gonna do random. Let's watch me get my ass beat by a level 9. Cause I'm really not that good. If I had Sora though, easy. Oh, of course. Give me Pit because I'm ranting about gods and shit. Oh, wow. Hello there, lady. I've never been grabbed by a woman like that before. Oh, shit. That was ballsy, but it paid off. Fuck! Okay. Shut up. This is serious. Oh, you know what's also funny? So I'm staying with my coworker, but she low-key has, like, a phobia of cats. Oh! Fuck me! Fuck me, bro! Anyway, so she has a phobia of cats, and this is how I know she loves me. She allowed my cat to stay here, and they're like actually warming up to each other. It's kind of nice because my cat, she kind of vibes. She's also a little bit of a crackhead, but she kind of vibes most of the time. She just kind of sits, and yeah, my coworker, she'll like talk to me while I'm holding her and like pat her a little bit. But before, like, I remember, what was it, where we used to work at, whenever we'd have to go inspect rooms and people had cats, she would always freak the fuck out. And so I was like, I could just, I don't know, figure out somewhere to put my cat. And she was like, no, it's fine. You can just bring her. And I was like, what? And it was also funny because she was on the phone with her old roommate. And I was talking to my cat. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she was like, oh, is there a dog there? And my coworker was like, no, it's a cat. And her roommate was like, what the fuck? Since when do you associate with cats? And yeah, it's just cute. Real cute. Fuck! Oh my god. This is some bullshit. I know summer hasn't technically ended yet, but I am already thinking about my Halloween costume. I think my roommate and I are gonna go as Kim Possible and Shigo, and I think that's, yeah, it's pretty spot on. Freaking love Shigo. She's so cool. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Like, the only thing I had to really just get off my chest was my distaste for Thor Love and Thunder because it was the worst movie I've ever fucking seen. Well, on the topic of Avengers, I'm going to say apparently it's a hot take for most people, but I think Captain America is the worst Avenger. And I think that Falcon, now that he's Captain America, they nerfed him so hard. I don't know. Like, it's stupid, and they nerfed him so hard. Like, Falcon was a lot cooler than Captain America on his own. And they're like, oh, guess what? You get to fill Chris Evans' shoes, even though Chris Evans isn't fucking all that, and Captain America's stupid, and I still haven't forgiven him for his lunacy in The Winter Soldier. Like, oh, God. But, I don't know. It's just my own humble opinion. It's that Falcon was the main event, and the fact that he's Captain America now is a crime. It's a crime to him. Oh, excuse me, miss. I saw that. I hate what they did to Toon Link. They nerfed him so hard. He's been my home slice since Brawl. Brawl? Yeah, Brawl. Actually, my first character in Brawl was either Pit or Yoshi. Because I had never played Yoshi before. Like, in Melee, I used to only play Young Link, Roy, Zelda, fuck me, and Kirby. And then I picked up Brawl and was like, oh, shit, Yoshi looking kind of nice. I'm also horrified to see my brother next because he keeps hinting that he has new mains for Smash. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're not ready. And I just want to know who they are, but he won't tell me. He's in my head, bro. Oh! Pardon the fuck. I thought I hit her first. Anyways, I miss Sora. I miss Byleth. Oh my god. Byleth is such a man. Only boy Byleth is better than girl Byleth. But girl Robin is better. Girl Corrin is better than boy Corrin. And girl Robin is better than boy Robin. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Ugh. I got an A on my final paper. I think I talked about it in my last video about oxalates and kidney stones. Yeah, so I had a very good idea of what I wanted to do, and then my professor read the first draft and was like, actually stick to the cellular biology, which is my least favorite part because I wanted to talk about pathologies and like everything that goes into like clinical studies in patients. And she was like, nope, stick to like the glyoxylate cycle and how it occurs in the cell and where the binding proteins are in the nucleus. And I was like, I hate cells. Even though I know, like, you're supposed to, like, love all of them or whatever. I don't know. I just like clinical studies and, like, macroorganisms. I thought I was her. Yo, my balls just jumped up inside of me.
Hey, yo!
I missed the ledge. I was like, oh, no. Gonna have that on recording. Oh, she's smart. She's getting smarter. Things were not looking good. Never mind. I'm a gangster. Gross, cringy, ew, nasty. Alf! Yo, Alf is low-key the strongest character in this fucking game. I'm not even gonna front. He also kind of bad. Shut up. I can hear the judgment through the screen. Shut the fuck up. Obviously, it was a joke. The entire time I was watching Thor, every time they showed gore, I was like, he kind of bad. Or, like, what was it? My roommate had people over, and they were watching Stranger Things, and she wanted me to be included, so she was trying to give me a rundown, and I honestly had no fucking clue what was going on. But every time they showed Vecna in his little weird, muscly, colossal titan-looking biz, I was like, yo, he kind of bad. Her friends are from church, and I'm sure they were concerned. Oh my fuck, I'm doing so bad. Okay, I'm sure they were so concerned. They were like, who in the fuck do you live with? Well, they probably didn't say fuck, but they probably were like, oh my goodness, who is this? And why do you live with her? She's such a bad influence. I had said something that was like really, really vile about Vecna. Oh, his little snaky dudes at the top of his shoulder. And I was like,
hey, yo!
Kind of want to suck. Literally, I don't know. Whenever I'm uncomfortable and in new situations, I just say the most outlandish shit because I don't know. I'm insecure or something. It's stupid. I literally, what is my life? Oh, there's a couple of replays from when I was playing my friend on here that I just need the world to see. Get fucked. Stranger Things isn't bad. I don't know. I don't get the hype, but it's not a bad film or show, series, right? Series. There's like what? 4 seasons? Fuck me. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. What's another show or whatever I've been watching? I got my friend into One Punch Man. That show's really fun, and it's funny to explain. And I love rewatching it, because they were like, how did you get so strong? You can kill with a singular punch. And then it's 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day. Like, it was so dumb. Literally so dumb. And then, oh my god, how he's like, it's bargain day at the supermarket, and he fucking rages. It's just, oh god. I love that anime. It's too good. Oh my god, I forgot how funny the first season is. It's just quality. Oh, this is not gonna go well for me. You know what I was finding out as I was talking to people about things. I watch an absurd amount of content, or at least when I was a kid. I watched an absurd amount of content. Oh, that was easy. Like, I look back at it, though, and, like, my mom, I had a Kindle Fire, and I could only have it on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Fridays after school, though, never Friday morning. So, I don't think I had it for very long, given the fact that most people in my grades had smartphones and access to tablets at any day or any time of day that they wanted. Like, she would, and, like, it's like, I had it on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, but I was only allowed to have it from 9 to 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And sometimes if I didn't wake up at 9, you know, I had it for even less, because I love sleeping in and being lazy, whatever. But I consumed an absurd amount of content. Like, I don't know, like, oh my god! That was cruel. Anyways, I consumed an absurd amount of content. Like, I don't know how, but it's like I was able to stand, like, 8 different K-pop groups. I also watched, like, Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note, One Punch Man, Kuroko no Basket, Attack on Titan when it first came out. Haha, get fucked.
He needs some milk.
Fruits Basket. I've read the entire manga series of that, as well as Tokyo Ghoul as well. I love my redundancy right there. Anyways, what else? Maid Sama, fucking. I watched those are just the ones that I remember, and I know I watched more because I had a bunch of like randomly sketchy apps on my Kindle that let me watch anime from like directly from Kiss Anime without having to open a browser. So that was cool. Oh fuck. I totally didn't just drop my mic on myself. Ew, I literally hate Simon and Richter. They're so stupid. Oh my god. Anyways, so I watched like all of those while keeping up with like regular like American TV shows. Like, cause in that time that I watched that, I also like watched like the entirety of Zoe 101, H2O, Mako Mermaids, fucking Victorious, Sam and Cat, iCarly, Drake and Josh, Dance Academy, I'm blanking, like, oh god, I gotta switch, like, mediums, I suppose, like, Nicktoons, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. I used to love Boomerang. Oh my goodness, I used to love Boomerang. I would watch Boomerang all the time. I loved Batman Begins, and I freaking loved Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Chowder, Flapjack. Oh my god. I loved Regular Show and Adventure Time. Those were so good. Steven Universe. I don't know. Hit me! Or, not that hard, bitch. Steven Universe. I'm trying to think. And then I also watched, like, fucking hella Adult Swim. Like, American Dad. I've watched, like, basically every single episode of Family Guy ever, which I hate admitting to people, but I literally have to. South Park. I know I'm missing so many. Like, I haven't even gone into, like, the Disney Channel shows that I watched. Like, fucking Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place. What's another one from Disney Channel? I wasn't much of a Disney kid. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck. I watched Jessie for a bit. I also watched Good Luck Charlie. I don't know. I just like feel like I watched so much content, and it was only because so many of my friends will be like, they'll be like, oh yeah, have you watched this? And it's like, depending on the friend group that I'm like with, like some people will be like, oh yeah, I've seen that, or no, but consistently I'm always like, yeah, I've seen that. Like K-dramas too. I used to fucking eat up K-dramas, like To the Beautiful You, Monstar, was it called Dr. X or something like that? Oh my goodness, I don't even remember their names. It's like Alien or something. Dream High. I used to fucking eat up Dream High. Dream High and Dream High 2. Oh my god, Dream High 2 with Yorin. That was such a good show. And, like, the thing is, though, like, K-dramas, they go fucking hard, bro. It's like a movie every single episode because it's like an hour and a half that you're sitting there watching. And there's 12 of them. There's, like, at least 12. Or, for, like, in Dream High's case, fuck me, bro. In Dream High's case, it was, like, 24. I used to fucking love Dream High. I used to fantasize about meeting JB. I thought he was the coolest. And Monstar. Oh my god. I have so many issues with Monstar because I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. But it ended so abruptly. I hated it. There was no tying of the loose ends. Am I gonna fucking lose? I'm gonna fucking lose. Never say never. I don't know. They didn't clean it up like I wanted them to. Nothing was solved and everyone was still, I'm fucked. Fuck! We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen because I'm also trash at fucking Simon. They just didn't clean it up and they didn't make everything better and it just ended abruptly on a cliffhanger and there was no season 2. Anyways, but that show was good. Oh my god, and Boys Over Flowers, that show with Lee Min-ho. That man is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm already like fangirling. Yeah, I just have consumed an absurd amount of content, and I don't know how. And it concerns me because I feel like my mom was very, she was definitely very strict with like screen time and whatnot. Like I couldn't watch TV during the week. I couldn't play video games during the week. And then every single, like once I was old enough to have a phone, it was again, like the rule was like, oh, if you're at school, it was like, 9 to 9. Or no, if you're at school, it's like whenever you wake up, whenever you go to school, you can grab it. But like at night, you have to put it in my room, To which I'm like, okay, fair. It's a little bit strict. I probably deserved a little bit more freedom than that, especially since I was like 18 when she finally... Are you kidding me? I saved him. Since I was finally 18 when she like was still doing this stuff, like I still couldn't have my Kindle on the weekdays. I couldn't watch TV on the weekdays. But also I was like busy, so I understand it, but I don't know. I think it was just a little bit strict. And I'm like concerned because I'm like, what are these fucking iPad kids? Like how much content are they consuming? Maybe I'm just sheltered and I think that I spend such a long time on I just think like I've spent so much time consuming content just because my mom's like low-key conditioned me to think that. But I don't know. It's weird. Like I think about, I'm like, what are these iPad children, like the ones who play with like fucking Talking Tom with no earbuds on in the middle of a restaurant? Like what are their screen time like? Like I'm concerned for our future. Like what the fuck? It's horrifying. It's gross to think about. Absolutely bonkers. Oh, my stomach just growled. It's like, hey man, we need more than a grilled cheese and a margarita. It's noon. I'm not good at taking care of myself, so I love doing this thing where it's like I'll be like, it's early, I don't want breakfast yet, and then it'll be 6 p.m. and I still haven't eaten breakfast. Like literally what? Yeah. Last video, I feel like I need to kind of address this for like all 4 of you watching. I was definitely very depressed. And it was in the midst of the school year, and that always happens. I don't know. I just get really depressed because I put a lot of pressure on myself for academic success. And academic validation is literally my only desire. Like, I got an 85 on my test and a perfect score on my write-out for the write out portion of my exam, and my teacher, oh my god, this is not going to go well. My teacher wrote beautiful on it, and I literally posted a picture of it, and I was like, academic validation is like a prescription for Prozac. And it is. Like, I felt so suddenly worthy of, like, living, and I was like, wow, there's a purpose, there's a meaning. And so here's some tea on my classes. So I loved the professor that I had before I started feeling all like when I was feeling shitty. The professor that I had, she was great. She's fantastic. Love her. She can explain the material, like really higher level thinking concepts. Like it's a 400 class, meaning it's a senior level class. It's one that's like required for most people to graduate, and it's hard. Biochemistry too, hard. Always. Everyone, like, hears a name and you just assume the worst, you know? Anyways, she was very good at presenting the material in a digestible manner, and she was awesome, and I felt like whenever she taught, I understood things. And that's why I was excited. I was, like, taking exams and I was feeling good. But I do put a lot of pressure on myself to do well. And I don't know. It's not that I wasn't doing well, I just wish I was doing better. You know, that's always a problem I'm going to have, is like, no matter how good I'm doing, I wish I was doing better. And whatever. So I was like going through a little bit of a depression there, because I also wasn't getting the same feedback from my writing class, and like comparing the two, I was like, where's the disconnect? And it was just very frustrating as a student to, like, I don't know, just get two contrasting like types of feedback, which granted I did get an A in my writing class because I brought that shit back and I ended up getting over 100%, but that's beside the point. At this time, like, my professor had literally destroyed my first draft and was like, your topic is lacking, you need to focus on the cell biology, and like being told that what I was doing wasn't good enough was like rough. Again, I put way too much pressure on myself for academic success, and oh, that was good. Okay, I totally didn't counter that. Anyways, and so I was a little bit meh, and then there was also like just random like friend drama going on, and also my roommate was out of town, so I was just like feeling really lonely, you know? And so all of those things combined, not good. Not very good. But now, so after the first 5 weeks of my summer class ended, we switched professors. And the professor that I got was my OG professor's mentor, and he was really good and knowledgeable in the field, but he's a shitty professor. I hate to say it because he's a sweet old man, but he's really just not good. Like, I used to walk into an exam with my old professor, and I would be like, I know enough, and I know that I'm going to pass this exam. It's whether it wasn't a question of was I going to pass, it was a question of am I going to get an A, which is usually where I like to be sitting in my classes. And it's hard to do in your upper level biology and upper level chemistry classes, which this is an upper level both. So I was really feeling better about myself finally, because I got my exam grade back and it was an 85, and I was like, fuck yeah, that's really close to an A. We did so well. We studied so hard. Like, I missed my cousin's wedding so I could study for this exam because I knew, like, that this subject is hard and I needed to focus and, you know, whatever. And I don't know. So this new professor comes in and he's awful and he's horrible and he makes me want to absolutely die. Jesus Christ. Like, I feel so bad because, again, he loves what he's doing and he's so passionate about it, and you can tell when he speaks, but he doesn't do things in an organized manner that makes it very hard for, like, his students, you know, to learn, which I get why he's a good mentor for, like, PhD students or, like, master students, because they already have a great foundational knowledge of the subject. But as people who are barely hearing stuff for, like, the first time, like, I just could not keep up. And he was doing this thing where he was trying to share anecdotal evidence of, like, his friends dealing with different pathologies that go with biochem. And he was talking about, like, I don't know, just, like, different types of diets that he's seen people use, different fads he's seen throughout, which I'm like, that's fantastic, but also it doesn't help me understand the mechanism of each of these enzymes as well as you think it does. And so it was just stuff like that that was dumb. And that every time I walked into an exam room for him, I literally just was like, I don't know a single thing. Like, I feel so lost, so dumb. And I hate that. Like, feeling dumb is probably one of my biggest, like, dislikes. I don't know. I mean, nobody likes to feel dumb, but, like, if I feel dumb, I'm going to think about that exact moment for, like, the next week and a half. Which, unhealthy, I know. But, again, I love academic validation, and that's what I thrive off of. And I remember the first exam, I took it, and I was like, holy shit. And it was so bad. I mean, the regular class average was, like, a 40, and he curved everyone. Which I got like a 80 after the curve, and I was like, whatever, stupid. Like, I don't know. I still did better than the class average, but it was so dumb, and I just felt so lost in his class. And it's unfair because on the final, my previous professor's material was only worth 25%. Because because the way the final worked is it was broken down into 200 points. 100 points was cumulative material, meaning that 50 points was from the first exam I took with the new professor, and 50 points was from the first 2 exams from my original professor, which isn't fair at all. And then the remaining 100 was the new material that my newest professor taught, air quotes, you can't see them, but I'm making them. And it was just so unfair, and I felt so stupid. And, like, taking that exam, like, going through every single slide, writing every single thing down, going through all of his objectives, putting together exactly what the study guide he wanted, writing down all the mechanisms was not enough. Like, there was things on that exam that I had no clue, never seen them before, and I just was confused. Like, I don't recall him ever saying this, and it's, like, I did everything right, and I don't understand how I'm still here, like, not understanding material that you are expecting of us. And I walked out of that exam room, and I was like, I honestly could have answered A and probably felt more confident than I do now. So I ended up getting a 77 on that exam, which I honestly don't think is deserved. I think I'm just really good at guessing, like, really good at guessing. Because there was a lot of things that I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm going to guess it's this, just based off of deductive reasoning and the different pathways, but I have no clue. I couldn't 100% for sure say what it was. Anyway, so I got a 77, and the class average was a 53, and I don't know, I just felt a little bit cheated, because I feel like if I had had my first professor, I would have had a fighting chance for an A, because I was on track for one. I had an 85 when they switched. And I ended with like an 84. My grade only went down, which it was crazy because my grade went up with every single exam, every single assignment I took with the original professor. She, like, I don't know. And it was like crazy because me and my friend were also talking. We were like, oh, like, whenever I have to do assignments for her or, like, learn things, I, like, want to. And it's so exciting to learn it, and I understand it, and I feel smart, and it's great to learn it, and it's easy, and it comes naturally. But, like, with him, it was like, I have no idea where to begin. I have no idea where to end. I don't know what he wants. So I'm just going to study this and pray for the best. I don't know. That's just my gripe with, like, stuff like that. Because I feel like if you switch professors midway through, you're just asking for disaster. Because also, even if they were both fantastic, learning how to take a new professor's test is literally the hardest thing. Especially when you're trying to adapt with their teaching style and you have such a good professor in the beginning. Like, if I had him in the beginning, I think I would have been fine switching to her. Because she is much better at teaching. And she, like, I don't know, she just, like, really made sure that we understood it and, like, drilled stuff and helped us commit it to memory. So I feel like, I don't know. But also his exams were, like, a lot harder. And it just, like, the first exam that I took with the new professor, studying for it was hard because I was like, I don't know how different it's going to be. And it was a lot different, and I don't know what he's going to ask of us. And, yeah. I don't know. I just hate that about stuff because it's like the professor makes or breaks your experience in a class. And I don't know. I feel like I was really on track to do well and have this great foundational knowledge in a very important subject like biochemistry. And it's just so sad that that was low-key taken away from me because I had to switch professors. Which, again, no shade to him. I'm sure there are some people who really enjoyed him as a professor, and there are people who did well in the class despite the professor change. But I don't know. I just feel like for the average folk like me, that's a little bit hard. And it's just, I don't know. Okay, I need to focus because, one, I need to pee. Two, I'm eating ass at this Dr. Mario Corrin matchup, but it's also such a shitty matchup for me. Okay. Make it. Fuck!
Suicide is bad.
No, why did you fast fall? I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna do one more. Make it fast. And yeah. I love doing this. I love ranting and playing video games. It's just great. It's cathartic. It's like, I used to like to write in a journal. I mean, I still do, but writing it down just doesn't feel as good as, like, really just yelling or, I don't know. I feel like whenever I have to write stuff down, like, I don't know, my thoughts just aren't as clear because, like, I'll write one thing down and I'll think of something else, and then by the time I go to write it again, it's like, oh, what was I saying? Ugh. Come here. Get fucked, Isabel. No! I remember one time I was playing my brother online, and I was Rosalina. Oh, no, I thought I was Rosalina and Luma. And he was actually Rosalina and Luma, but I was actually Dark Samus. And I thought he was Dark Samus. And I was like, oh my god, I hate them. And my brother just thought I was being very politically correct because Dark Samus technically is an alien with no gender, even though Samus is a woman and it's a copy of her. But he was just like them. He's like, alright, I see you. And I was like, I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Because then I like jumped off as Rosalina and Luma. I was like, why'd you do that? And he's like, no, why did you do that? I was like, oh shit. I was like, obviously I thought I was you because I said them. And he was like, I just thought you were being very politically correct. And I was like, okay, I mean, usually I am, but like, I don't know that in this situation I would have thought quick enough to be like, I don't know. I probably would just call Dark Samus a she because Samus is a she. It's just funny. So every time I play Dark Samus, I think of that. Oh my god, what happened? You were doing so bad. Why are you doing good now, Isabel? Leave me alone, Mochi. Oh my god, my cat just like jumped up and started gnawing on the HDMI cord. She's such a little menace. Little trash can panda. Fuck, 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 fuck. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Fuck! No! Well, I guess that's the sour note we're ending on. Bye, friends. Have a beautiful day. That's such a shitty outro. I need to think of something better. No, your mom. Anyways, bye.